Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to take a look at the Fall of Cybertron Swindle. This is the retail version, and so here he is in his bright yellow awesomeness. And, like with the Brawl, we're going to show off the add-on parts that come with him, or that come with the Military Titans microblaze set. So you can see just how good that is. So he comes with these pieces here, and then he comes with this. And this is a whole new chest piece, essentially. And so what you want to do is pull this piece here out. And it's really tight, but not too bad. And so what you want to do is you take the gun out, and you take this whole chest assembly here and unplug this, fold his head in. This whole thing will just come sit on his back, just like so. Then you take this, and there's two little tabs here and here, there and there. They'll plug into these two slots here and here. So you just take that and plug it on. Simple as that. Then you take this, and there's two pegs here and here. And they'll plug into those two new holes that we got. And just plug it in. And there you go. Now you have a whole new chest and a whole new head for Swindle. And now his back is he actually has a back. It's not just this big hollow gap that it was. And that's really nice. I really like that. You can then take these pieces here. What you want to do is flip this piece here out. And keep that how it is. And you just plug it into his hand. And they kind of form wrist blasters. The same thing over here. And there you go. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the wrist blasters. I think they look pretty ridiculous, to be honest. They just kind of more or less just look awkward. I just, the yellow does match really well, so that is a plus. But these just, like the wings on Brawl, they just kind of really detract from the awesomeness of the subtle, not that subtle actually, chest piece that he comes with. I think that really sets him apart from the original one. Now, for posability, his head is it's on a swivel, but this whole assembly is also on a ball joint, so you can kind of get a little bit of a rocker here going. This doesn't really have a place to lock in, and that's really unfortunate. If this had a place to lock in, maybe like somehow made it a little bit bigger and had it fan out into these like claw things, just sort of tabs in, I think that would have really helped out a lot. But it's not bad. The shoulder's still on the same ball joint, so up and down, in and out. Elbow's still on the ball joint. These blaster things just kind of get in the way. Waist swivel, ball jointed hips, thigh swivel, bends at the knee. Really good bend at the knee, but due to all the kibble, it does get caught up. And then the foot does pivot. And again, like the Brawl, it does come with the more like champagne color that he's got. So you can do either one you want. If you want these blasters, or you want on him, you can have the chest piece on him. If I do end up keeping this set, I will be putting the, because I actually have 2 copies of the microblaze. I will be using that for him. So I don't have the brawl parts though, but oh well. So yeah, and then I was going to save that for later, but since he's already out here, you can see just how much difference this set makes. Even without these blasters, which are ridiculous anyway, you can see how much different he looks by having a more proper chest as opposed to the front of the car. And then when you turn him around, you know, he's got a back and he's just hollow. So this does help him out a lot. It really does. I really like it. And then to transform him, what you want to do is you pull this off. I'm trying to keep this piece here on, because you don't actually have to take that off for any of the modes. So just keep that on, like so. You pull this piece off, and what you want to do here is you rotate the head around, and then you pull this up, and you rotate this whole assembly around, and this will come up, and there's this big thing right here will plug into the back of his head. And then you rotate this, like so, and then just set that off to the side for now. Then you transform him much like you normally would. Rotate the waist, and then you bring the arms in, like so, and then these will just kind of fold up onto the back section here, just kind of get out of the way. And then you take the legs here, and they will bend them up at the waist, or at the hips, and then you bend this down. Fold the feet down, and then you take this section here, and there's a screw hole here, and there's a little slot right there that this peg and then this little square peg will plug into. Do the same on the other side while tabbing the legs together. Like so. And then this will come up, and then these will just peg together like that. And then there's this little notch or tab right here that'll plug into the hip slot right there. So you just fold that up, tab it in, and then this can be facing the back like that. Just same thing on this side, and that just helps keep everything in place. You then just take this assembly here and you fold it down. Take this, and what you'll do here is fold the gun out, and then there's this peg right here. It's this way. So this tab here will plug in to this hole, or this peg right here. So you just take this and you just plug it in like that. I'll do the same thing on this side. Sorry about that. I was just a little confused. Story of my life. And there you go. And you know, this looks okay, but it's still in that same realm that Brawl had of it looking a little bit ridiculous. I don't like it too much. There's too much stuff going on, and you know, like with the boost cassette, yes, he does come with a whole new foot plate, but you can actually attach that into a trailer for Onslaught to carry. So that's a much better use for that. Whereas this is just kind of like, it's in the way, I think. So, you know, taking this back off, and yes, he still does roll, as you can see. And then take the gun off, pull this out, pull the hands out, split the legs, fold them down, flip up the foot, rotate the waist, pull the arms up. This assembly comes to the back, so. These will come up. And then you take this assembly here, and again you want to just rotate this piece around, unplug the head. This whole assembly will fold around, and then you rotate the head around like so. And then again the two pegs plugs into those two holes. Just like so. And you can flip the head back. What's going on here? There we go. Try that. All right. There we go. And now everything's a little bit better. And I'm just going to put these off to the side with Brawl's parts. Take the gun here and plug it into his hand, and there you have Swindle. Again, I do, like I said, I do really like how this really accents him, makes him look a lot more like the G1 Swindle, whereas this makes him look more like car front, hollow car front dude. And then for scale, here he is with the Seeker. And so this doesn't work as well as Brawl. I mean, like, Brawl's almost forgivable because he's a tank, but he's a Jeep. He shouldn't be a head taller, but he was always, like, the biggest one of the set. Here he is with the MP car. And I don't think this works either because he should be probably closer to MP car height. And Cybertron Megatron, or War for Cybertron Megatron, who is about the same height. So this actually does kind of work because he's got, again, more mass to him, and he doesn't quite look as hollow. He definitely has more bulk to him, and he's definitely a heavier figure. Rodimus definitely looks good. Nightbeat, or not Nightbeat, I was just looking at Nightbeat's packaging down there. Brainstorm, again, looks pretty good. And then let's get his crew out here. So there's the Onslaught. There's the Brawl. Blastoff and Vortex. And again, I think the team is really looking good together. So all in all, this particular Swindle with this particular upgrade, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I think I think it works really well. Brawl's works really well too, and his works really well. Now, when we get to Vortex and Blastoff, you'll see where they kind of fall short because they don't do a very good job. But I think these two work really well together. And the set really makes them pop. I didn't think he had very many problems aside from the feet to start with, but he definitely was very hollow, and with that fix, it just seems to really make him feel more like a full figure for the set, and not, this guy just doesn't, I don't know, something about him just doesn't fit right with the set. Maybe it's because his chest is so big. It makes him look brawnier than Onslaught. So there you go. Swindle. Next we'll look at Vortex here. He's next on the list.